Taylor Swift is a gifted person of many talents and occupations. Among the many activities and businesses surrounding her, it is a miracle that the singer manages to find any time for her well-being. The famous singer and songwriter, apart from the good maintenance of her voice, has to be in shape for her energetic performances of her 3-hour-long concerts. She must always be ready to endure the tough choreography on her tours, while singing perfectly and without compromising her vocals. In February, she also won her 4th Album of the Year award, which is more than any other artist in history, for her 10th studio album, Midnights. While Swift has undertaken many rigorous international tours over the years, she knew that the Eras Tour, at 3 hours in run length, would be her most ambitious, and as she stated, she wanted to do it differently this time. After Swift made her way to Asia and Australia, she will head to Europe and the UK as the Eras Tour continues in 2024, before coming back to the United States and Canada. Whether you're a dedicated Swiftie or not, one thing is undeniable: Taylor Swift holds immense power, and it's making waves in economies worldwide. The Eras Tour has not only been a musical phenomenon, but also a significant economic force, leaving a huge mark on both the music industry and the broader economy. Her impressive global concert has now exceeded $1 billion in sales worldwide. Fans of the star are paying an average of $250 per night to attend and see her perform. This adds up to around $10 million per night for the artist. Due to these revenues, it is reported that the 14-time Grammy winner became a billionaire in October thanks to an estimated $190 million earnings from her Eras Tour. Forbes also announced that Swift was the first person to become a billionaire based solely on songwriting and performing. In order to understand how lucrative Taylor Swift's Eras Tour has been so far, the estimated personal earnings for Taylor Swift will be approximately $4 billion. If we assume that she gets to retain the standard artist share of 85% of the tour's total revenue. Beyond Swift's personal earnings, though, the impact of the Eras Tour stretches furthermore. Her fans spent about $90 million per show on tickets, merchandise, travel, hotels, food, and other related products. This amount of money translates to approximately a $5.5 billion boost to the U.S. economy by the end of the tour. In Singapore alone, Taylor Swift's 6 sold-out concerts generated around $350 million in tourism receipts and entertained a total of 300,000 fans, as reported by The Washington Post. According to financial site statistics, during the Taylor Swift concert period, the total volume of Singapore-related bookings skyrocketed by 275% compared to the same period 2 weeks earlier. Inbound flights to Singapore increased by 180%, accommodation bookings by 460%, and bookings for attractions and tours reached an astonishing 2,370%. Artists like Taylor Swift contribute to a region's economy in many different ways. They attract tourism, drive hospitality, boost venue revenue, support local businesses, help create jobs, promote local culture, generate media exposure, sell merchandise, and increase earnings for all people involved. In total, these kinds of concerts and artists stimulate financial activity and improve the total prosperity of the host region. Currently, Swift is taking a break from the tour. She will resume performances in Paris on May 9th. After Paris, the tour will continue with stops in Sweden, Portugal, Spain, the United Kingdom, and other countries. So, how did Taylor Swift manage all these things and got fit for the Eras Tour? Obviously, she has a huge team behind her that are responsible for the managing part, but what about the personal improvement of her body, overall fitness, and stamina that are required for such a huge tour? When it comes to Taylor Swift's fitness, we have to take a deep dive into her diet, training routine, lifestyle, and the methods she uses to balance her mental health as well, which plays a very important role in the life of an artist. Many fans that attended Swift's concerts posted on social media that they could not believe the energy and dedication that she brought on stage. The artist danced and sang in various weather conditions in many different regions without showing any signs of fatigue or ever missing a note. For those unaware, a 3-hour concert can mean that Taylor Swift goes through many kilometers on stage while singing, not losing her voice and lyrics at the same time. But she was ready for it. She began training 6 months before her first show, as she knew that this tour was harder than anything she had ever done before, by a long shot. And she said in an interview, adding that she finally, for the very first time, physically prepared correctly. In fact, her personal trainer, Kirk Myers, believes that some people would probably throw up, or have to lay down on the floor if they train like Taylor as we approached her training for the Eras Tour with a mindset like a professional athlete. There was an off-season when she wasn't touring and in-season when she was. She was in the gym up to 6 days a week for sometimes 2 hours a day. In the off-season, Swift is in the gym up to 6 days a week, 2 hours a day. In the gym, she focuses on targeting her core, but Swift does cardio on her own, outside of the gym. And when she is actively on tour, Swift still shows up to the gym. Every day, she would run on the treadmill, singing the entire set list out loud as she stated, fast for fast songs, and a jog or a fast walk for slow songs, Taylor said. This includes singing 44 songs while running, and she also did strength and conditioning training while learning the choreography for the tour performances as well. She underwent 3 months of dance training and worked with choreographer Mandy Moore in order to excel in her dance routines for the tour. I wanted to be so over-rehearsed that I could be silly with the fans and not lose my train of thought, she said. To keep her body in top shape, Taylor went completely sober as well. She stopped drinking during the Eras Tour, and she was really disciplined about it. The star has a full rest day to recover after shows, and she doesn't leave her bed except to get food and take it back to her bed where she eats it. She can barely speak because of the 3 days straight singing, and every time she takes a step, her feet go crunch, crunch, crunch from dancing in heels, as she says. While rest days are a must-do though, the Grammy winner artist still has to train in between shows in order to preserve her strength and stamina. On her off days, she worked with a chiropractor as well to help her fully recover. When it comes to Taylor Swift's diet, she has a very balanced strategy, mainly focusing on eating healthy in order to feel good, while having the occasional cheat meals if she feels like it once in a while. During the week, she tries to eat as healthy as possible, as salads, yogurt, and sandwiches are on the menu. She doesn't like to create too many rules, and she thinks that everyone knows inside them what's good for themselves due to common sense. Swift has stated that she loves comfort foods like burgers and fries, ice cream, and cookies. She actually likes baking them herself, as she said on an interview lately. She bakes pumpkin bread for everyone she knows, ginger molasses cookies, and makes hot chocolate and chai. She generally likes baking anything. A priority on her diet is drinking a lot of water as well, and she is very aware of the importance of staying hydrated while on tour. Her dressing room is pretty much only filled with water, and she usually drinks around 10 bottles of water a day. And this, of course, makes sense when one has to dance and sing 3 hours straight for 3 to 4 nights a week. As far as her mental health is concerned now, the singer tries to make it her first priority through keeping basically a diary and songwriting. She used to document everything on paper from a young age, and this helps her go through feelings of pain, rejection, sadness, or loneliness. Feelings of joy, love, or happiness were always good to write about. In this way, she helped her mind to come up with songs about these feelings. There is great joy involved in watching your favorite artist perform live among fan chants and crowds jumping to the music. Concerts leave a memory impossible to erase and are easily included in the group of greatest lived experiences one can witness. Fans usually pay an excessive amount of money to watch their beloved stars perform on stage, and the artists return the favor by putting on extravagant concerts with amazing scenography, choreography, special effects, and lighting. Alongside these features on the show, though, the main attraction is always the artist and the music industry phenomenon. Taylor Swift is one of the top music attractions to watch this year. She really has stepped up in order to pay back the love of her fans, and her team successfully supports her to elevate it. The immense success of the Eras and Renaissance tours are great examples of how concert sets and stages can be brilliantly crafted.